America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, my point today is that none of this is funny. It's scary. It's authoritarian. It's utterly un-American. You know, future Americans are going to ask us one day, how did the United States of America put a fascist, a dictator, someone who stands against everything this country stands for? How did the United States of America put that in the White House? They're going to ask that one day. Your kids and your grandkids, your great-grandkids, your great-great-grandkids, historians, teachers 100 years from now are going to wonder how the hell, if there's still a United States of America 100 years from now, how the hell did the United States of America put a fascist in the White House? This country, this unique experiment in democracy. How the hell did America end up with a dictator, a tyrant in the White House? And the answer is clear when that question will be asked one day, because we normalized his fascism. We laughed at it. We just shrugged our shoulders. We said, oh, that's Trump. That's just Trump. We normalized his fascism. We enabled it. We kowtowed to it. We got down on our knees and bowed to it. Politicians, members of Congress, senators, and governors all enabled him. Media companies and colleges and universities, law firms, all bowed to him. And the media normalized him. We all just, and all the rest of us, living our lives, just tried to ignore it and focus on other things, focus on our lives, too busy to worry about or think about what he's doing. And before you knew it, he's in the White House. And before you knew it, he's doing all the fascist stuff he told us he would do. But we were too busy. Way too many Americans laughed at his fascism. Over the weekend, Donald Trump posted this. Keith, you got that? That image of Trump? There it is. Thank you, brother. Now keep this up for a second, Keith. This is the President of the United States right there. And let's be really clear, right? What he's doing there in this tweet of his, this post, he's declaring, the President of the United States is declaring that he's going to use our military to engage in war against the city of Chicago. That right there. Keep that up, Keith. That is the President of the United States declaring war on one of America's cities. That right there is the President of the United States telling every citizen of the United States that he's going to use our military to attack a city in this country to attack the city of Chicago. Now, point of fact, keep that up, Keith. That tweet, that again, I want to remind everybody that the President of the United States sent out over the weekend, that's factually what he's doing. He's using, right, the powers of his office, the resources of his office. And I want to remind everybody listening to me this morning, that office, the presidency of the United States, that's the most powerful office in the country. The president of the United States is the most powerful person in the country. The president of the United States is the most powerful person on the planet. And he's using the powers of his office, Trump did over the weekend, to tell the world and everybody in America he's declaring war on the city of Chicago. Keep that up, Keith. Thank you. Now everybody looks at this, and most Americans look at this and they laugh or they shake their head or they just scoot away. They ignore it because they got to go play golf. They got to clean up and get ready for that big party they're having Saturday night. And so many Americans just say, "Oh, fuck it, that's just Trump. That's just Trump." So, because right, look at it. It's so goofy, funny. There's Trump, who, by the way, dodged that very war. The coward dodged that very war he is showing himself in there. That's just Trump being crazy, funny Trump. And most of America, when they looked at that, probably just said, "Oh," laughed at it. Thank you, Keith. That's not funny. And I spent a lot of time here opening the show, and I was very repetitive opening the show, and my wife hates it when I'm so damn repetitive. But I wanted you to be clear before we got into what probably most Americans thought of that post by the President of the United States. I was purposely repetitive because I purposely wanted to be really clear, right? That even though that was Trump, and even though he was trying to be cute and clever and provocative with that post, the truth is that was the President of the United States declaring war on an American city. He can't escape that. Okay. That's the truth. Now, the American people can choose to just laugh at it or dismiss it or ignore it. But then the American people can't complain when they have to live with a fascist in the White House. How did fascism come to America? We just normalized it. We just laughed at it. And again, reminder, everybody, historical reminder, everybody, as we await the President of the United States any day, any hour, any minute, doing what he does not have the constitutional authority to do, send the National Guard into Chicago. As we wait for that to happen, let us be very clear historically about what this means. One of the absolute most identifying features in all of human history of every fascist regime, of every dictator in all of human history, one of the most prominent features of all those fascist regimes is the use of the military on the streets against civilians. You go back and you look through history at every dictator, every tyrant, every fascist, every authoritarian regime, you're always going to find the use of the military on the streets against the citizenry. That's what's here now. That's what's here right now. He did it in LA unconstitutionally. He's doing it in DC now unconstitutionally. And he's proposing to do it. He's pushing to do it. And make no mistake, he will do it in other American cities. He wants our military on our streets. Just like every fascist dictator in all of human history wanted. And maybe I'm just shouting in the wind, right? When I say that we don't do that here in America. Our founders purposely set up a government and a constitution that wouldn't allow that. Our founders abhorred the notion of a standing military. Our founders purposely gave us an America where our military, verboten man, did not engage in law enforcement. Law enforcement in this country, in this democracy, in this constitutional republic is up to state and local law enforcement officials. And when I get asked all the time, because I say all the time, fascism's here. It's here. This is just one aspect of it. It's here. Trump's putting the military on our streets. And at one level, it's amazing that the American people seemingly don't care. It's amazing at one level that every single American isn't marching and protesting every minute of every single day against even the notion of putting the Army and the Marines on our streets. But the point is, when they asked the question one day, how the hell did the United States of America, guys? How did fascism come to your country, guys? It didn't sneak upon us. It became normalized. The American people were just too busy. I'm not excusing all these gutless Republican politicians who've bowed to him. I'm not. I'm not excusing the media for normalizing every bad thing, fascist thing he does. I'm not normalizing all of his other. I mean, my God, he had all of the tech giants in the White House, I think Friday night, and they all bowed to him. So yeah, his fascist enablers, man, may history all rip them a good one. But this is on us. This is on the American people. The president of the United States over the weekend sends out a post declaring war against the city of Chicago. And when they write the book in 10, 20, 30, 40 years, they're going to say the American people just laughed about it, man. How did the American people, how did our democracy fall to fascism? Well, the American people just laughed at it. They just shrugged their shoulders and laughed at it. My God, there's just nothing funny about it. There's nothing funny about what Trump is doing. and to laugh at what he posted this weekend. And you know what? And then I'll end this. We're miles beyond what I like to call what if Obama did. What if Obama did it? Like when Obama was president, what if Obama sent out a tweet like that declaring war against some red part of this country? What if Obama did something like that? We're miles past that because everybody listening to me right now knows how MAGA and the right and Hannity and Fox News and everybody would react. But we're done playing that game. We're done playing that game. Friday, the jobs numbers came out. And I just want to make one really important point about this. Horrible jobs report on Friday, right? Only 22,000 new jobs created in the month of August. And the June and July numbers were revised big time down. So we are on the precipice of a recession. Inflation is here. Job growth has stopped, halted. There was a loss in August of some 72,000 manufacturing jobs. The manufacturing sector in this country is hemorrhaging right now. Everything out there is costing more. And people are beginning to lose their jobs. Inflation is here. And by all indications, a recession is coming. What I find so unique about this, MAGA, I mean it. What I find so unique about this, the economic situation we're in right now, is that this is all on Trump. It's actually fascinating. Donald Trump single-handedly has fucked up the American economy. Single-handedly. All by himself. I don't remember a time, and I've always opposed the notion of a president having so much power. And by the way, the great sadness about all of this is about 80% of how Trump has single-handedly fucked up the economy are his tariffs, his on-again, off-again tariffs, and they're unconstitutional to begin with. So Trump has single-handedly fucked up the economy doing something he does not have the constitutional authority to do. His tariffs. And every lower court has ruled that way. It will get to the Supreme Court within a year. And I think the Supreme Court is going to rule that his tariffs are unconstitutional. But be that what it is, Trump's done it. Like, again, I know MAGA hates to hear this, but coming out of COVID, when Donald Trump raised his right hand in January and was sworn in, at that time, the United States of America had by far the strongest post-COVID economy of any industrialized nation on this planet. Donald Trump was given a really strong economy. And in 7 months, he's fucked it up. He's destroyed it. He's cratered it. And when I say it's all on him, I mean it. Without his tariffs, our economy wouldn't be in such bad shape right now. Without his deportations, his mass deportations, our economy right now would not be in the bad, horrible shape it's in right now. Without no foreign country wanting to invest anything in this country right now, our economy wouldn't be in the toilet right now. Without tourism down, without anybody, without basically the rest of the world saying that for the next 3.5, 4 years, we want nothing to do with America, all because of what Trump's done. Without any of that, this economy that Trump was given would be continuing to do really well right now. So when I say it's all on him, I mean that. He single-handedly decided to do all this tariff bullshit. He single-handedly decided to mass deport people out of the restaurant industry and the farming industry and the manufacturing industry and the home construction industry. He himself decided to give a middle finger to the rest of the world and say, we don't want you here. And all of that together has destroyed this economy. I don't remember another time where a president all by himself wreaked such economic havoc. And look, I'm getting from my MAGA listeners, go Trump. How much is Soros paying you? Get a job, Joe. Trump rocks. This is what we wanted, Joe. You're a communist, Joe. I'm getting all of that from my good, decent MAGA brothers and sisters. My good MAGA brothers and sisters who I do not lie to and I do not deceive, unlike Donald Trump, who lies to them every day and deceives them. I was asked a bunch this weekend for some reason, when will Trump's voters, if ever, turn on him? I'm always asked that question because I am a former MAGA, a former Trump voter. Uh, and I was asked, for some reason, I did a bunch of media this weekend, and I was asked that question a lot. When, if ever, Joe, when are they going to turn on him? And I had a one-word answer: pain. Fuck it. Pain. No Trump voter will turn on Donald Trump unless they feel real personal and economic pain. Period. End of story. It ain't going to happen unless they get hurt economically, unless they lose their job, unless their livelihood takes a hit, unless their small business can no longer keep going, unless their farm goes bankrupt, unless they can't buy that truck now because it's too fucking expensive. They can't go on vacation anymore because everything costs too much. Until Trump voters feel real economic hurt, they'll never turn on him, ever. And many will with economic pain. Many will with economic pain. And now the problem for the Democratic Party is, my new party is, many of them may just check out and not vote for anybody in 2026. But that's the only thing that will make any Trump supporter turn on Trump, period. They got to hurt. They got to feel it. And they'll never tell me, they'll never tell me, but they'll turn on him. They'll never badmouth Trump, but they'll turn on him. Hey, last point I wanted to make today. I come from right-wing talk, And I can remember in my right wing radio days so often making fun of those snowflakes on the left. Remember all the snowflakes on the left on these college campuses most of the time that would protest and shout down and stomp their feet whenever a conservative was invited to speak on campus because this was speech they just couldn't handle. Remember that? I used to make fun of the left for doing that. And the left did a lot of that, and the left still does some of that. Remember that phrase "triggered," like the left was so easily triggered. And so many colleges and universities established free speech, safe spaces around the country. These little space around campus, excuse me, these little spaces on campus where you could go and anybody could exercise free speech, but everywhere else on campus you couldn't because we didn't want to offend anybody. Remember that? Used to be everywhere on the left. Well, it's the damnedest thing now. It's everywhere on the right. It's MAGA. MAGA now are the snowflakes. MAGA now are the crybabies. MAGA now, the MAGA right now, they're the ones that can't handle speech or thought that offends them or is different from them. MAGA now, all voiced by Donald Trump, is the biggest practitioner of cancel culture. Isn't that something? I suppose it makes sense. And I suppose to all my Democratic friends, this is a reaction because Democrats for too long, you did try to cancel people and you did try to censor and stop speech that made you uncomfortable or offended you. And so a lot of the country reacted to that. Remember, they called it woke bullshit and cancel culture. And so we elected the right, Trump, and now they're doing the same damn thing. Trump, clearly orchestrated by Trump. You got that thing on Tom Hanks, Keith. So here's just one tiny example. West Point has a big awards ceremony coming up for Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is due to get what's called the Sylvanus Thayer Award, which recognizes outstanding citizens who did not attend West Point, but they have a distinguished record of service that exemplifies West Point's ideals of duty, honor, and country. So Tom Hanks, the actor, has been given this Thayer Award, and like there is every year at West Point, a big Thayer Award ceremony. Tom Hanks, because of his years long support of our military and our veterans in his acting, in his movies, and way beyond. He's been an amazing spokesperson for our military. So Hanks, you can get rid of that, Keith. Thank you. Tom Hanks is this year Thayer's award winner at West Point. Well, West Point came out over the weekend. They canceled the award ceremony. Just canceled it. No award ceremony. Don't know yet whether they're going to take back the award that they've already awarded to Tom Hanks. They've canceled the ceremony. They want no recognition, no public recognition of Tom Hanks. Why? Why? Well, Donald Trump told us why. You got that screed, that post of Trump's. Donald Trump this morning, who no doubt is behind this, went off and said how great it is that West Point is canceling Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is a well-known Democrat, a well-known progressive. He campaigned for Joe Biden in 2020. He campaigned for Biden and then Kamala Harris in 2024. He opposes Donald Trump. He's a well-known progressive Hollywood actor. And because of that, Donald Trump had Tom Hanks canceled. Just like Trump goes after the Academy Awards. Trump goes after all award shows. Trump tries to get everybody who opposes him and didn't vote for him canceled. Thanks, Keith. It's not surprising. The world's biggest snowflake, the world's biggest crybaby, the guy who cannot handle any opinion that's not his own, speech that goes against him, the most easily triggered person, remember that word triggered, the most easily triggered person in the country right now is Donald Trump. And see, the saddest thing is all of Trump's supporters, all of MAGA, who went after the woke left, who made fun of how easily triggered people are on the left, all those Trump voters are going to cheer and applaud what Donald Trump just did. Donald Trump is triggered by Tom Hanks. Triggered. No other way to explain it. Donald Trump needs to find a safe space from Tom Hanks. He's triggered by Hanks because Hanks did not support or vote for Donald Trump. So Donald Trump so easily triggered by this Hollywood liberal actor tells West Point to cancel the award ceremony. And I bet you Hanks won't even get the award privately. But again, here's the point. The more important point. This isn't funny. And this, like that meme that Trump posted over the weekend, this is fascist. This is authoritarian. I mean, every day Trump uses his office to attack, go after private individuals he doesn't like. He tries to censor speech he doesn't like. He goes after private companies he doesn't like. He tries to get people fired who say things he doesn't like. He tries to remove people's freedom of speech if he doesn't approve of that speech. He tries to get people like Tom Hanks canceled. I mean, anybody can have an opinion on Tom Hanks, but again, we're talking about the most powerful person in the country using the powers of his office to get someone canceled. That's not funny. That's fascist. And that's really, really scary. Hey, before I leave, I want to tell you about something I am so dang excited about. It's called the Big Middle. Listen to me, everybody, right, left, middle, listen to me right now. I got a good friend who started this thing called the Big Middle. You, by the way, know all about my history. I am a former MAGA, former right-wing asshole, fully reformed and still conservative, but no longer an asshole. And I'm on a mission, as you know, certainly to try to defeat fascism, but more importantly, I'm on a mission to try to help heal the dangerous divide in this country, a divide that people like me helped to create. There are a lot of folks out there doing good things. I'm so excited about this new thing called the Big Middle. It's a new interactive web show launching on Substack. Here's the deal. The Big Middle. By the way, the Big Middle. Don't you love that name? I love that name. By the way, the Big Middle, right? Where most Americans are. We've got people on the far right. We've got people on the far left. Most of America is in that space we call the Big Middle. So here's the deal. Launching on Substack now. The Big Middle, it's an interactive web show that will build audience consensus on issues and on a new direction for this country that we all love. The whole point of the Big Middle is interactively, and it's a web show, interactively bring people together, right? Who may not think alike, may not believe in the same things, but they come together in the Big Middle, and they actually, how unusual is this? They try to find consensus. They try to find common ground. Instead of bringing people together and we just argue about shit and argue about our differences and make this country even more polarizing. This new Substack web show that I'm so excited about is all about bringing people together and finding practical solutions to, look, the problems that damn near all of us believe are there. So I'm really excited about this. Again, it's called the Big Middle. I love the phrase, let's all meet in the Big Middle. Remember, I do believe that's where most Americans are. And it's at thebigmiddle.substack.com. Do me a favor and check it out. I always want you subscribing to my Substack, but check out this new Substack. It's called thebigmiddle.substack.com. Talk about something that this dangerously polarized country really, really needs. An interactive web show actually showing people coming together, meeting in the Big Middle, and trying to form consensus on guns, on immigration, on you name it. I'll close with, if the country doesn't learn to do this, it doesn't matter to me who the president is. If the country doesn't learn to do what we used to do back in the day, sit down, try to find common ground, try to compromise, try to find consensus. If this great, good, decent country doesn't begin to do this again, this great, good, decent country is done. So check it out. It's called The Big Middle. It's a new interactive web show launching on Substack. Check it out. thebigmiddle.substack.com. The Big Middle, all one word, thebigmiddle.substack.com. As always, subscribe to my Substack, socialcontractwithjoewalsh.substack.com. You got an email you want to send me an email. The Social Contract with Joe Walsh @gmail.com, all one word. The Social Contract with Joe Walsh @gmail.com. Thanks for listening, everybody. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract with Joe Walsh.